Why? You said it was it was two lions on the mountain
Oh nah.
in the
It was bulls.
oh
A
bull.
father and a son, a bull.
It was bull. Okay, my fault. It was two bulls on a mountain. And the father and the son, was trying to get the other bulls, the female bulls, and they kept running away. And he was like, slow down. He was like, that way we could fuck them all.
He said, the son was like, your dad, let's run down the hill and fuck one of those cows.
Right.
Yeah.
And the dad was like, nah, son, let's walk down and fuck them all.
Yeah. Word.
We lied
Patience.
though.
Okay.
What up?
Oh yeah,
We back.
like we never
The
left.
BalancE, man.
It is the balance. You heard.
What's up, man? We had a couple technical difficulties, right, Carm? We had a little
That's life. It happens.
hiccup on the intro. I mean, on the
Un poquito.
Yeah,
Yeah.
little hiccup.
Baby.
Little hiccup, but you know what though?
What's up?
I won't even call it a hiccup. I call it a character builder.
Right.
There you go.
There we go. All right, I like that. I like that. Character builder.
Learning
Now we
through
on
the
though.
process.
All right, that's what's up, man. That's
Real.
what's up.
It's good to be
So,
here.
Ooh, good to be back.
Love this.
Word.
Yes, sir.
Brandon with another week.
Yeah, yes, sir, man.
Definitely feel blessed.
How was
for sure.
everybody's week? What everybody get into, man? How we?
My week was good. A lot of work. I worked another 57 hours, damn near 60 hours last week. So that was trying, but it's kind of like a norm. It used to be a norm. It's about to be a norm again. But I feel good about it. I'm able to. It's a whole nother outlook. Like I'm able to work 60 hours. It's not
Yes.
that. Hey man, I'm able to.
Right.
There's some people that they have to get a second job to compensate, and I'm blessed. So I'm able to work 60 hours. So I was able to work 60. And at the end of Friday, knowing I wasn't working Saturday or Sunday, I was just like, yo, I worked as hard as I could, man. That feels fucking good. So
You know they say
Yeah.
the best ability is availability.
Absolutely.
man.
For sure.
100%.
Actually, that was the first time I heard that.
Yeah, it's real talk though.
That's your best ability.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, man.
Jay, what about you, Chop?
Me, I ain't do nothing, bro. I was just relaxing, trying to
Here we go. Here we go.
It's just getting things in order, man. Making sure everything is, where it need to be.
That is
This
hilarious.
Making sure
That's free advertising right there if I've ever seen it.
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
And a diehard fan,
Yeah. Die hard, but nah, bro. On some real, just kids, man. My daughter had a paint and sip.
Okay.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
At the school, juicy sip, not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, come on, bro.
Nah, just for the, but nah,
Yeah.
little paint and sip, man, and went did that, painted some Detroit Lions rocks,
Them juice boxes are hitting though. Not gonna
football.
lie.
You know what I mean, so that was it, bro. That was my highlight of the week.
There it is.
That's what's up, man.
I went to a paint and sip before. Didn't think I was gonna like it, and I liked it.
Yeah,
It brought back. I used to draw a lot, and I didn't think it was in me anymore.
word.
It's like I don't know if I lost the passion. It just didn't matter as much. But I used to draw characters like almost like I traced them.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, you traced that? I'm like, nah, I really drew that. You know what I mean? So I was there painting. So I was like, hey man, I said I'll probably go back again.
Yeah.
So if you have never been to a paint and sip, it's a nice mellow thing, and it brings out the artist in you. Even if you don't got any artistic ability, it's a nice vibe.
Facts.
But you got to order some food. You got to make it a vibe. Don't be there and cheat and don't do nothing but paint. It's gonna be boring then.
What about you, Jers? What you
Yeah.
get into, bro?
The regular, the norm, grinding, working, getting a couple things together for the trailer so I can get this health department inspection.
Right.
Then I just hung out with my grandsons this weekend, took them swimming.
That's love.
Ready to start the grind all over again. You know what it is.
Yeah.
That was
sir.
about it.
I'm just not noticing the shirt you got on. It's all
Yes,
good.
sir.
Love
Yes,
you
sir.
anyway. It's all good.
Settle jab. Pop.
And I really just noticed what shirt he had. I was like, oh wow.
That's all right.
Yeah,
They-
man.
they-
But we ain't gonna worry about that. We could talk about Well, Carm, what, you want to talk about
and
your
rap
week,
with-
Carm?
Yeah,
Or we
because
gonna-
we don't talk about that.
Yeah,
He
man.
ready to get the sports.
I ain't do much. You know how we do. It's all about work. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
got to spend some time with my kids. You know what I'm saying? And but at this point, it ain't about me. You know what I mean? It's about what I got my hands in. You know what I mean? And
Right.
I'm trying to think of the collective. You know what I mean? Which is
Right.
us basically.
Yes,
You know
sir.
what I mean? When I say I live this, we live this. You know what I mean? It's a lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want
Balance.
You know what I'm saying? It's a lifestyle. It's all about that balance. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm just chasing. Right now, my brain is a little out of it. I'm trying to rein myself in. But, that's about it. Nothing special.
Right.
Right.
You know?
The thing is, we all locked in together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, anything that we all need, we know we got each other's back, and that's the beautiful
Absolutely.
thing about the brotherhood that we always had, and this whole situation that we got going on. So, shout out to y'all.
Years and years.
For real, man. Shout out to y'all,
Decades.
because I definitely know.
Decades.
You know what I mean?
Every time I
It's
hear
go
that,
time.
it just strikes me.
Word, though. But it's facts, though, bro. Like,
Absolutely. And could look at
Whew.
to think about all of the years that we all have in the game, been around, been doing stuff, like boots on in the streets with this music thing, entertainment just in general, and to see where it is now, man, you got to be proud of yourselves, and I'm proud. Like every single show, I'm proud all over again.
Yeah.
The feeling still hasn't gone away. Like I'm not even sure which episode this is, but
9, I think.
every single
Yeah.
one that come
Nah.
through.
Nah, this is actually 10.
10.
10.
We're gonna
10,
post
what?
9 tonight.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh wow!
That's
Oh, we're
right.
posting 9 tonight. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
it'll be
nice.
up tonight.
That's
All right.
right.
Nice.
All right. That's what's up,
All right,
man.
man. I can't wait to see
Tonight.
that.
Also,
Joe.
speaking
Now
of
I'm geeking over
tonight,
Nah.
Yeah, we might as well jump right into it. Go ahead.
since we speaking
Go
of
ahead.
tonight, bro, that
Oh,
was the
boy.
perfect segue.
Go ahead.
Cause
What's going on tonight, Chaco?
championship.
Little-
OKC play the Indiana Pacers, man. 8 o'clock.
Hey, shout out to both teams for
Yeah,
bringing
for sure.
to a game 6, man.
Absolutely.
Hey, yo,
But-
Chuck, I got a question for you, though.
Yeah, what's up? I know.
It's about this.
All right.
Was I right about TJ McConnell?
Oh man, yeah, you was all spot on.
Oh man,
You was
He was
spot
cutting
on,
up.
bro.
Yeah, that boy a menace,
that
man.
boy is
The
out
whole,
there. He
the
like
whole
a
series.
berserker.
Yo,
he like a little
yo, he-
berserker.
He the
go off.
reason.
At certain times, he go off.
He the reason why they was able to bring it back.
Yeah, bro.
He
if
ain't
it
the best
wasn't-
player on the team. He just the most.
He do the little things that
Yes.
get you
He a grinder.
to where they at, bro. Like, I mean,
He's-
yeah, you know, it's the
he's
team
the glue.
effort and all that,
Yeah,
but
he's
like,
He's the glue in between the gears.
yeah, he for sure.
And
is
I don't
a,
think people give him enough credit. And I think that's what Uncle was talking about before. He's one of the unsung. But when it comes down to it, when them times matter, where it's giving somebody else the ball, drawing
Yeah.
the defense to you because they know I'm going up with it if you don't play me right now, and he'll
I
make
don't
it.
even really watch basketball. too
So
much.
he's one of them people. So it's nice to watch.
But now's the
It's
time
nice
to watch because OKC, we the champs, man. We're gonna be the champs, and
It's gonna be a good one, I think, regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
they've
gonna be a
been
good
they've
game,
been
man.
your boys.
The series been crazy.
Seattle Supersonics, bro. I'm not no
Yeah.
bandwagon.
Yeah.
Just I'm gonna go get a hat, or no, I have plenty hats, plenty. So
I respect that so much,
Seattle
man.
Supersonics, Gary
remember
Payton, Sean Kemp,
when
Detlef
we was
Schrempf.
when we was working in Oklahoma, I had grabbed some, and that was a while ago.
Word, bro.
I had grabbed some shit for him because we was out there.
Yeah,
Damn.
bro. I'm
Matter of
old
fact,
school, bro.
that's wild.
Die hard.
It go back.
Really wild.
Seattle Supersonics. To,
I'm dunking on all y'all just like Sean
Sean
Kemp.
Kemp.
Yeah.
you know, classic.
Classic.
Yeah, that's been my team. So it feel good to be, able to, talk my talk.
Since the Supersonics, and that's something that you gotta respect. I always respected anybody like my Uncle Sean, who was a Knicks fan. No matter what, it didn't matter how good they was doing, and no matter how good Dallas is doing. That's why when I looked at the shirt, I was like, man, I gotta respect it because it's like no matter what, bro, you gonna be real. No matter
That's it.
what, like, hey man,
I'ma
it's
rock
what it
with
Yeah,
is.
it's my team.
Can't be good all the time.
Yo,
Yeah.
I'm
You
saying,
know
And I just feel like I'm
but you
rare.
can't be loyal all the
Right,
time.
I'm rare because my team, both my teams, it's like you don't hear too many people saying, I'm a Seattle Super or
You the only
OKC or Detroit Lions. How many Detroit Lions fans you be?
I don't
you really know
one.
like
You're starting to get more OKC fans now because they're good.
Nah,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Starting to get more now because they're good.
But
But
I'm talking about
I see what you mean.
Like true, thorough. The ones that
You've been with them.
Yeah.
I've been back since people be like, "What? Okay, like Detroit? What you? How? But yeah, bro. But I don't know. It just feel good, man. But other than that, man, what else in the news, man? We got this Fat Joe. Fat Joe, yo, listen.
Yeah, Fat Joe, yo.
Fat
I can't
Joe.
say he wilding because right now it's an allegation.
Allegedly. It's allegedly.
It's an allegation, so I can't say he wilding.
Yeah.
Listen,
But the
I'm just
allegations
now
are
hearing
wild.
this. What do you mean
So
alleged?
yeah, I ain't even hear about
And it's more than one allegation too.
man.
Yeah,
Really?
allegedly
Yeah.
he had
More than one allegation too.
his hype man perform some acts on some females, and he watched. Allegedly, yeah. So
I heard something worse than that.
I mean, well, that's one of the one. That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
that's one of
It's-
them.
it's one-
That's one of
That's
them.
one. That's one charge.
What's the up?
Allegedly charged.
Don Carter Diddy.
Yeah, that's what they calling him now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But
Terrible.
another accusation is that it's it was a chick that he was with from the time she was like 15 years old, and he, I guess, he didn't want everybody to know. This is all alleged. I don't know it to be true.
Right.
Because it's coming from that disgruntled hype man, so I gotta take it with a grain of salt. So, talking about how they used to fly out of the country, he used to take her out of the country, and that's where he would be with her at, and this, that, and the third, and
When she was 15.
yeah, that's when it
Wow.
started. But for years after that,
And then he said he got the girl allegedly got her a boob job and all that to enhance her body.
Yeah, exactly.
So listen, not to take away nothing from what he did, right? Please don't misconstrue what I'm about to say. But how does a 15-year-old get out of the country?
I guess
If
because
you
he's
have a
rich,
private jet,
jets, you know what I mean?
You can, if
Right.
you have a private jet, you ain't
And a
nobody
whole bunch of
saying.
money.
I'm thinking a little bit
If you with
a
a
little
15
bit past how she physically.
Parents definitely have to know about it.
Oh,
There's no way the parents are not in.
She had to
That's
be
what
missed.
he's getting. I'm getting what you're putting down. So it's just like the R. Kelly situations where the parents, pretty much without saying it, people say allegedly. I mean, you know what was going on. You sold your kids
Right.
to the guy knowing.
Basically.
Oh yeah, there were R. Kelly.
Some
What's
of
the
them
worst
should have
that
been
guy?
in jail,
you
too.
know you with a grown ass man. And you know what your daughters look like. You're not stupid. You're not naive. And if you act like you're naive, that doesn't keep you, from the truth of it not being right. So at the end of the day, we know what it really is, or that's what it seems like.
Yeah, but like I said, it's all
How do
alleged
parents
at
not know
this
about it?
point.
Right.
It's alleged right now because
I ain't know Fat Joe was. They
The
had
girl-
him under the gun.
And
The
it's all
girl
alleged,
denied it.
so hopefully
Really?
it's not
the
what's
girl
going on.
said the girl said it wasn't true. She's denying it. Well, she's grown now,
Right.
but she's denying it. So I don't know how.
So who's the one saying all of this? Who's the whistleblower? Who's the one actually?
It's
The
his
hype
dude.
man.
It was his hype man / like partner.
his man.
So what, are they not seeing eye to eye? So the motherfuckers just came out like that? What
Man,
happened? They
you
have an
know
argument or something?
Man, you know how it go down, bro. Mad
Something
about
happened
whatever
to make
you
them want
mad
to say
about.
something in the first place. Because first of all, this is the first, like I said, this is the first time I'm hearing about.
You know
this.
what's gonna probably make
What
this case
happened to
fall
make them
through?
want to say anything?
This case is probably gonna fall through
That's
because
crazy.
because Fat Joe's lawyer came back and said
Yeah, they suing
that
too.
he tried to come to he approached Fat Joe and said, "Pay me or I'm going public."
Tried to extort
see?
it.
That's extortion. So he
Now, that
probably
makes
paid
sense.
himself off rip.
There you
Right.
go.
You know what I mean? So then he went and got a lawyer. Well, he had the lawyer then, but so
Yeah.
when Fat Joe was like, "Nah, I ain't giving you shit,"
Right.
Unbelievable.
then they went and filed the suit. Kind of like, but look, Cassie did the same thing.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
but she already got her money.
Definitely
yeah,
did.
Yeah.
Well, he
And still
He
talked.
waited too long to pay her. He waited too long. If he would have paid her when she first approached him, he might not be in court right now.
Probably wouldn't.
You know what I mean?
Probably wouldn't.
Who knows?
Nasty work, bro.
Yeah, this world, man.
But
you
even
know.
if the parents was in on it though, but do it make it right? Even
No.
though, like, you know what I'm saying? Like the
Absolutely
parents could
doesn't.
know
Oh,
make it
no,
right.
not at
Sure.
all. Nah, it doesn't
Fat
make it
Joe-
right.
That's why
If
I
he-
said
if he
exactly
did it, like
what
I'm
I
saying, he
said.
don't
Don't
do it.
hell no. Don't make it right.
I mean,
But
like, it's
what
just
I'm saying is prosecute everybody. Get everybody.
get everybody right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
If you gonna
saying?
prosecute,
His
yeah.
ass first.
That's all you can ask for. If you're gonna do that, across the whole board.
Get everybody. Speaking of get everybody, what Trump trying to do? He trying to get everybody hit, ain't he? God damn it.
He definitely finna get somebody hit
bruh.
that don't deserve it. Like me, I didn't do nothing. We over here, we working. I worked 60 hours. I didn't even know what he did until I woke up and looked at the news. Look, man, if you got a problem with Trump, just square it with him. Y'all go in the room, little boxing ring. Y'all can handle it. Y'all little officials, for the hell with the politics. Because what's going on is, man, he's starting fights with people way across the other side of the world that he don't have no business starting fights with, just because you want to be big bad.
Like I said, he's the person that want to do all the drugs, bro. I told you earlier, he want to do all the drugs, bro. It's like a person we hanging with. He want to smoke weed. He want to smoke blacks. He want to smoke cigarettes. He want to pop pills. He want to drink liquor.
Like slow down.
He want to do shrooms.
He freebasing.
He want to do everything. He want to do all the drugs. Like chill, bro. You don't got to. You know what I mean? So I just hope he don't get nobody hit, but our loved ones. You know what I mean?
He already did some stuff where he felt as though, man,
everybody's safe and cool, man.
He already had a blind run though, like thinking that.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, like he just attacked a military base over there.
Yeah,
thinking that's where some nuclear stuff was going on, and wasn't nothing even there.
Iran,
nothing was even there, and they sitting back like, oh yeah, they put their point out there to be sacrificed. He was like, oh yeah, I know he was going to do that. And then they talking about something, oh yeah, we about to do something that history gonna remember.
Yeah, so that's why I'm saying,
I said,
bro.
what do you mean history gonna remember? I ain't do nothing. And let me say it again. Bro, I ain't got no problem with you. Don't come over here with no craziness.
Yeah.
Because he's the one acting like this. We don't co-sign for him. He's not coming to none of the cookouts. All right? Like we like excommunicado. I know y'all seen John Wick. Like, yeah, man, like y'all could just square up with him real quick inside of a room on the private side, because all of the stuff he doing, he don't represent the American people. Man, I just want y'all to know. He don't represent what I.
First of all, that'll never happen, bro, because the same way how we bomb them and they getting bombed and children and all that, they don't care about that, bro. All that us and how you work 60 hours and blah blah blah. They don't care, bro. They gonna bomb.
They just want they get back.
They gonna get back, bro. Everybody's accessible, bro.
Like
we're pawns.
They just hate America.
Period, bro.
Right.
Anything over here is fair game.
They hate us because we're Americans.
That's it, bro.
You know what?
It's
so crazy because I know you're absolutely right.
That's all, bro. You just gotta stay prayed up and just hope and everything.
You know this is gonna turn into a religious war, right?
It's already.
It
started. That's what it is now.
Yeah.
Muslim is the largest religion on the planet.
Alhamdulillah.
In all those countries people are looking at it as just Iran. And if it was about national, like about countries, then yeah, it's just Iran and whoever's backing them. But when you talk about religion, every Muslim has a reason to hate you.
Right.
You know what I mean? All those other Muslim countries.
Reason to hate me? What'd I do?
You're American.
Just for me? Oh, yeah, right.
Bro.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
Even that reason is a sorry ass reason.
Yeah, it might be a sorry reason.
That's a reason for them. That's reason enough.
Is that Muslim or radical Muslims?
Well, I mean,
mixture of both. They got a mixture over. It's a mixture.
Nah, it's not really.
But I was asking,
radical.
To what Amrat was saying.
See, me, I'm not gonna act like I kind of know the difference. You know, you got the. So
I don't either.
Because I know Chuck is a Muslim, but he's not radical.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I know what you mean, but I'm talking about the radicals.
Okay.
Because they're the ones that we got to worry about.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They already hate us, and he just bombed some radicals.
Well, maybe
and then on top of that, bro,
how would you define a radical?
It's tricky right now, bro, because if you really understand what's going on, I mean, cut you off, but and for real, being I am Muslim, blah blah blah, but not blah blah blah, but in the midst of everything, bro, Pakistan is a Muslim country, right?
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm talking about.
They are backing Trump.
They just nominated him for the Nobel
Peace Prize, my man. Pakistan, bro.
Okay, Pakistan.
Right, Pakistan.
For a second, I was thinking Palestine. Like,
no. He bombed. No, they bombing us over there.
Exactly.
But at the same time, bro, Pakistan is a predominantly Muslim.
Yes. When did they do this nomination of social? When did they do this?
Just recently, just like a little. Recent, bro. It's
I
now.
read
it's going
it a
on
few
now.
days ago.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's now.
Well, I appreciate you because I didn't know that shit.
They Muslim, so it's just tricky in that world, and far as speaking on Muslim, but I don't want to get all religious or whatever. But like, it's tricky on the you know what I mean. People don't really.
And I don't understand the ins and outs.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's crazy, bro. But you know, like I say, bro, just stay prayed up, man. Just, you know.
Absolutely.
Stay in your lane.
You know, yeah, stay in your lane. Hope everything is everything, man.
We still gotta go to work and pay these bills.
That's all,
Yes,
bro.
That's all I know.
Exactly.
Still gotta take care of our
Regardless of what they
families.
doing, so I can't give my energy to that. Like, I listen and I try to stay informed, but I try not to let it get me upset because then now that's taken away from the rest of my life, and I can't. Like,
Absolutely.
I can't. You know what I mean? I don't even feel as though I'm ready. If it was to go haywire right now, I'm not like if the grid was to go down right now, what would we do?
Right.
I'll tell you the first thing.
That's a good question.
I can tell
People
you
need
the
to
first
start asking
thing
themselves.
everybody in here would probably do, and it would be useless.
Grab your phone.
Grab your phone. The grid go down. What? It's a brick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Then we scrambling to go check on the ones we love. What are we gonna do with no lights? And look, it's no water. You know what I mean? People,
I asked my
But I
kids
think we've
that
all
same
been
question.
in that
Where would you-
situation before, and I think we, in some sort of way, we've been without lights. I know I've had my lights cut off before.
well, I mean, but they're not coming back on.
No, understand. I get that, but we gonna survive. That's gonna be our immediate, normal reaction.
Oh yeah.
Is to start in survival mode. And we
Yep.
was just talking about, I think we get a little bit of a head start because of that fact.
Shit, have we been through?
Because we've been in the mud.
Right, absolutely.
We know how to move in the mud.
But yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Yep. And look,
Yeah,
you think
you're
that
right.
fishing not gonna come in handy? You think that hunting not gonna come in handy? You think that horticulture, that planting stuff?
Yeah.
You know, my mom did that. She did that. Remember during COVID?
Yeah.
Made a whole little section. I forget how big it was, but was growing all kind of stuff back there.
I want to learn to trap too.
I'm like,
Trap live animals. All
telling
that.
you, like but country. I think country folk are a little bit further ahead than city folk because you're closer
Yeah.
to nature and having to live off the grid if you had to. But the biggest question is, where do you get the water from? How do we get a sufficient enough water for your whole family, especially if you got kids or a whole household?
That's why if you have money
that's the
now,
question. Where the hell's the water
it's best
coming
to just
from?
tap in and get you a hand well in your backyard if you had the means to
I
do it
remember
now.
you saying
Can you
that,
get a
yeah.
hand well anywhere, or is
Yes.
your
Yeah.
location
You
specific?
just got to hit the water table.
You just gotta hit the water. You
Water,
gotta
I mean,
drill.
There's a water table that goes across like everywhere, or is it only in certain sections of
Bro, under the ground, it's a water table
You
everywhere.
could drill down and hit water.
Yeah.
anywhere?
It's gonna be
Anywhere.
different depths. You going
If you're in the mountains,
You
it's
know
going to
what
be
I'm
damn
saying?
near impossible.
Oh.
But here,
yeah.
bro, nah.
A
Because
few hundred feet, you hit
we're
water.
so close to sea level right now. You know what I mean?
I didn't know that. Well, I knew
Yeah.
that about the sea level thing, but
Well,
I
put
didn't
it
know
like
you
this.
could drill
Hey, Tay, look.
anywhere.
You lived in
That's
Rosenham,
kind of
Dante, right?
dope. Yeah.
And there's no city water there.
Yeah,
Where do you
that's
think the
all
water came
well-
from?
That's
It's
all
well
well
water.
My mom, well
Yeah,
water.
it's all well water in Rosenham.
The deeper the well, the better the water.
Yeah.
What? Okay.
And it's automatically filtered. It rains,
That's dope.
it soaks into the ground.
I like that.
The ground filters out the water, and you get fresh, natural water from in the ground. You
Let me get that.
pump it up.
Let me get that.
And like you said, that hand pump,
You know what I'm saying?
power go out.
But can't
You
they?
can at least get that.
But can't they contaminate the But can't they contaminate that?
I mean, technically, if
can't that be compromised?
But
yeah,
that-
if it's another well,
It's a
that's
well
being
water though.
poisoned.
So you're right. Say if you have a house that's built next to say it was an automotive shop, and for years they were dumping antifreeze and oil and gas on the ground. So
Right.
that's going to seep into the water table. You know what I'm saying? So it can be compromised, but
For the
Or
most
something.
part. For the most part.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
I work as working with something.
Yeah.
Now that's a possibility.
It's either
And I
that.
think that wind could be utilized too, as windy as it is most of the time, especially if you can build like a structure that's tall enough. I think you could use wind to actually generate some electricity. At least some. Charge some generators. You know what I mean? Keep at least one extension cord that you can plug something up on.
Yeah.
You know, I think, because we're closer to the shore.
But what if it was just everything like Amrak said? Nothing.
Nothing, just
Everything gone.
I think it was a matter
Which
of
could
time.
happen.
Like
Which could happen.
How long? All right, so after about a month, I think it's going to be complete chaos. People, after about 30 30 days, definitely 60.
Nah, bro.
But 30 days, they robbing.
After a week, bro.
They breaking in houses.
After a week, bro.
They breaking in houses. Because what are you going to do when you can't go to ShopRite and get your food?
I used to say that all the time.
I ask everybody that at the job, and I get the, oh, man, I ain't never thought about that. Man, you better start thinking.
After about a week, bro, it's going to be a mass exodus from the cities. Say, look what...
That's going to be the worst place to be is the city.
But look where we are. We're in South Jersey. Think about it geographically, right? So if the grid was to go down, it's going to be a mass exodus from like Philly, Camden, all that, because their resources are going to dry up faster than ours.
Right.
Because there's so many more people. They're going to start fanning out. But we're going to, bro, it'll be... We have nowhere to run. If we got people coming down towards us, all we have is the shore behind us.
Right.
We better have a whole bunch of guns.
I was just about to say, you better have your artillery.
You know what I'm saying?
Or a high fence.
Yeah.
Man, fence ain't gonna do it.
They're coming right through it.
Fence ain't gonna do shit.
Bullets. You need lead.
Yeah, a whole bunch of them too. And you better have somebody on post 24/7.
24/7.
You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
And then you're gonna have the people that have better resources that are gonna have night vision goggles.
Right.
They're gonna have rifles that they can shoot you from a half a mile
That'd be
away.
me with the night vision on.
You know
out
what I'm
there.
saying?
You know what I mean?
I try and buy as many guns
I'm gonna get a
as
couple.
I can, man.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a couple.
You have to.
I'm gonna get a couple of them.
Because if you don't have a gun,
I'm done.
you're basically just collecting and stockpiling stuff for the motherfucker
Somebody
with the
else
gun to
take.
come take from you.
Take from
I'm gonna
you.
get a couple of them.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
'Cause I got kids over here, so ain't playing.
And food,
play.
bro.
Yeah, I'm
You know
saying,
what?
Yeah.
They sell those you can buy those, you know, the dehydrated food with like a 25-year
I saw
shelf
that.
life.
I saw that. I saw that,
You know
bro.
what I'm saying? You could fill your basement with that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I mean,
Gotta start now.
Yo, you know what I loved back in the day? I went in school, bro. This is off topic, but it's on. We went to this museum. I forget where it was. It might have been Philly. Something. They had this dry ice cream. They call it space ice cream or something. It was in a package, bro. But it was ice cream. It was ice cream.
wow. What you had to add water to it or something?
Nah, bro. It was in already. It was no, bro. It was
You just open it.
Yeah, it was in one of them museums. It was one of them museums in like Philly or something. We went. It was a class.
Wow.
But I said all that to say, you know, how you were saying about the packages with the food, how you could, you know, how to
Dehydrated food.
dehydrated food and all that, man. Because you know, you're gonna have to definitely get your storage up and all that. But yeah, bro, survival mode is that's gonna be, ooh, man.
I've never had to skin an animal though. I think that would traumatize me, especially the second time I do it. Like,
No. After,
like a
you know
chicken,
what?
you got to break the
If you was
neck.
hungry
and you gotta
enough-
bleed.
Right.
I would.
You was hungry enough?
Of course.
I'm kind of fortunate. You know, we had chickens. I saw my uncles go out and come home with squirrels and rabbits, and grandma, and they would skin them and give them to grandma, and she'd cook them. And
I've never seen
I ate
that.
rabbit. I ate
I've seen
squirrel.
it. I've never.
You know what I'm saying?
You've seen somebody do it before.
I've seen
like
people, my boys skin deers
Yep, I
from
saw
when I
all
was
that.
a young age.
bleed them and all that.
Deer,
and cut-
goats, gut them.
Yep, I remember
All of
Mr.
that.
Palmer with the goats.
Mr. Palmer
hey,
with the
yo.
goats.
Yep, absolutely.
He used to hang them up by their feet.
Yep.
That's what
You know
I'm
what I mean?
saying.
Cut the neck.
Oh man,
Yeah, all
y'all
that.
talking about
I mean,
the
we
whole
grew up
shit.
seeing that.
Oh, that's hey, yo.
That's the good thing about being from the country.
The thing about
You know?
being, I can say I'm from the country too, but I've never seen anyone actually do it. I've heard stories of like aunts and grandpops and people that have done it. I'm like, man, I don't know, like to see, like to have to actually kill them, especially if you hunt and you gotta like kill them out of mercy because whatever you shot them, arrow, gun, it ain't done. Now you gotta go and really kill them. Then you gotta skin them, you gotta bleed them dry, you gotta gut them.
It ain't
You gotta
that.
prep
It
the
ain't that
meat.
bad, bro. Like, if you real hunters, they dress on sight. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If they kill a
shit.
deer, they gutting it right there in the woods.
Okay.
They ain't bringing the guts home with them. Now you gotta get rid of them.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I seen people dress them like right on that.
I've never went
Yeah.
hunting.
They
You ever
do
been
that
hunting
more-
before?
Huh?
You ever been hunting before?
Yeah.
You been hunting before?
Nah,
Never?
I ain't never been.
I've
I don't
never
got my
went
hunting
hunting.
license.
I've never been hunting.
Man, in the crib,
So
you used to walk
I
around
don't
the
know the
crib. You'll see shotguns just sitting in the corner.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Grandpa's always had shotguns. And, you know what I mean? Uncle Nate, Uncle Mike.
That's some country shit if I ever heard it.
You know what I mean?
That's where we kind of came from.
Yeah.
Killing animals and eating them.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is the way that was meant to be already anyway. So the fact that I'm feeling weirded out about just thinking about it, it's only because I haven't been through it.
Yeah,
but technically, that's something that I, by now being 37, I'll be 38 this year, I should have seen that at least, even if it wasn't me. Outside of YouTube, and I should have seen it as a man.
We going hunting then. The BalancE hunting trip.
You know what's scary?
You know what?
How about
Fishing,
that?
hunting.
How about that, Jerry? You gonna take us hunting? Because I want to go.
Hey, let's do it.
You
We just gotta get our license.
You know what's
I gotta think
scary
about
it, bro?
killing something for no reason though. I gotta think about that.
You know what's scary about it?
Maybe I'll do it once.
The scary thing about it is the thing that you, Dante, the thing that you just said that you've never done.
Yeah,
that's real. This other shit ain't real. All this mass-produced food, that's not really. There's not enough. There's not enough food in America to support the people that live here.
Oof.
You know what I'm saying? It's only because we're mass-producing all this food real fast and growing it and growing all these animals on steroids, and there's not enough food here for us. That's why it'll be so chaotic if the grid were to go down, because that all production stops. So then we're back to the real. It's not enough deer in Jersey to feed everybody in Jersey.
Sure ain't.
You know what I'm saying? Then it gets real ugly.
Yeah, it's only the squirrels and the rabbits and the fish only gonna last for so long.
Exactly.
And that's why we gotta have a BalancE hunting trip so we could get our food supply.
At least the tools necessary to be able to get our food supply when we need to.
Yeah.
I have never been hunting, never seen anything. Like you said dress on sight. That would be something. That would be something that I would like to know how to do if I had to. Like with my own two hands, no Wi-Fi, no YouTube, to know how to do that. But yo, man, if I had to go out in them woods and physically get the food for my family right now, to be able to be like, motherfucker, I could. That's some badass shit.
Dante, you know what you do?
Man, that's badass.
Go to Rosenhain, Dante. Pull up on Unc Nate and tell him you want to go hunting.
That's all we gotta do. I'm going with the GoPro.
He got the.
If I go with Uncle Nate, I'm going with the GoPro. I'm gonna let y'all know on one of the episodes. I'm gonna show you the footage. Oh my god.
He be bow hunting too.
And that's what I'd rather do. If I'm gonna do it, let me do it with a bow. If I'm gonna do it, let me go all the way back. Cause if the grid is down and you can't get bullets, would you making your own bullets now?
Right.
I'm a lot closer to making an arrow than I am making a fucking bullet. So I'd rather have an arrow.
That's why I want to learn the trap.
That'd be good.
Yeah, true.
Uncle
Trapping
Nate
is a good. Yeah, cause all you need is your trap.
You know
trapping
what I mean?
too.
You know.
Yeah.
Trapping, fishing, the bow. I mean, and we going back to the essence of civilization. That like at this point.
Yeah.
And for me, it's like, look, I always thought like stuff like that was cool. Like the axe throwing. I went axe throwing once. Thought it was gonna be corny. Loved it.
Okay.
Loved it. With my girl. Loved it. I'm sitting here throwing a joint, don't stick it. I'm sitting here like, yo, and they were like, oh yeah, you're a natural kid. I'm like, you just trying to get me come back.
I played around in the backyard with it. I never went officially axe throwing. I used to throw axes.
You know what I mean? An axe is an axe. You throwing it against the wood background. Hey, it is. But that was fun. And I looked at it like, oh, that's got to be corny. Nah, it was quite the opposite. So that, the bow, the arrow, trapping. I never went trapping before. I'm not a crab guy, so it's like. I don't eat like shrimp. I eat shrimp. I don't eat like crab.
No, trapping is just a different way of catching animals. You set little snares and shit. You catch small game.
You can learn how to even. It can even be digging holes and it's a lot of ways to make traps.
Oh yeah,
a lot of ways to make traps.
I like watching them videos.
What's it like the top 3 animals that would be used to trap stuff with?
Probably in this area would be rabbits.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people I think eat raccoons, right?
Raccoons, possum.
Raccoons are edible? Oof.
Yeah, I think
any animal's edible if you're hungry.
Groundhogs.
If you're hungry, what would you eat?
I actually know a guy who. I know a guy who actually eats groundhogs. They got a lot of fat on them.
Yeah,
but he killed one at my crib one time, and
they some fast little motherfuckers.
He definitely ate it. They got big claws too up close.
Damn.
Yeah, but that's what I would guess.
Okay,
probably rabbit, squirrel. I don't know. You could probably just get a squirrel in the snare too.
That's what I'm thinking. More or less a squirrel than anything. I would be trying to trap for that.
Rabbit, a lot of rabbits probably.
Yeah, rabbit, little more meat than squirrels. Is kind of, you know what I mean. Yeah. I could eat this squirrel by my goddamn self. You know what I mean? But
how many squirrels would you need to feed a family, right? I don't know how many I would need to be.
You know what though?
sustained.
If it ever gets to that point, it ain't how many you need. It's whatever you can bring home.
Whatever you can get.
Whatever you can get, you gonna split it for your family.
Like Pop used to say, a little bit of something beats a whole lot of nothing.
yeah, true.
A whole lot of nothing.
If you got a little bit, you got a little bit.
That ain't the truth.
And
I ever heard
and
it.
sometimes you might not be able to eat so your family can eat.
Absolutely.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Are we ready for that? Could we do that?
I'm not. I don't feel as though I'm prepared as I should be. To be honest, not like just going over what I haven't seen, haven't done already. But time is of the essence. But that's one of the only things that we got. Lord willing, I wake up tomorrow. I can learn to do it. We set up this fishing trip. Like I said, I don't remember the last time I went fishing.
Nah.
I never went hunting, trapping. Never went trapping. So the more experience we get, I'll be able to teach my son who's in the other room.
Right.
You know, something that I don't know physically, that I don't have to YouTube to figure it out. Like, yeah, man, if everything went, that's why books, I feel as though if people trying to get rid of books, I want to stockpile books.
Yeah.
Because that's something that's analog in a sense because
my bro was a big reader. Shout out Scotty.
Absolutely.
Shout out Scotty.
He used to read a lot of books, man. And
Shout out Scotty tHe.
That's the gateway to wherever you're trying to get to.
I got a quick question for you though.
Shoot.
For all of y'all really. What's the longest that any one of you have gone without eating, but not by choice?
2 days.
Not by choice.
2 days.
I think it's been I think it was 2 days for me.
Yeah.
I'm
It was
going
a
longer
day.
than that by choice, but yeah, but by choice. And how did you feel at the end of that 2 days
Before or after eating?
before eating?
Before eating, right before I ate, I remember feeling like this will be the last time this ever happens.
yeah.
So imagine
hunger pains.
if it was a
Like-
week, or imagine if it was 2 weeks.
Oh God.
couldn't
Imagine if it was 2 weeks and you got kids looking at you like, Dad, I'm hungry.
I think I might have thought that at some point in time. Now that you bring that up, because it was only 2 days. That's what I was thinking in my head. Because we're working in Camden, working in Philadelphia all the time. You have to pass certain places where it's always somebody asking for money. You might see somebody tweaking off of some kind of drug or whatever. So you see people homeless and hurting all the time. So I'm always empathetic. You know, I'm looking at somebody like, damn, I can imagine how they got there. So at some point in time, I don't know when, but I know I thought that same thing, like, yo, this is only 2 days and I feel like this.
Right.
Yeah.
I was drinking water and I was somewhere, but then when you say that, when you ask that question, I don't know if it was voluntary or not, because I have so many people in my family. If they would have known that
Yeah,
I
that's my
didn't
point.
have money, was it
You could've
really
got something to
really involuntary? Exactly. If I would have let somebody know, I didn't want to let people that I knew cared about me know that I was struggling the way I was.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I had to go through it. But did I really have to go through it? Probably not, if I would have let somebody know. So was it willing? I mean, it was, but it wasn't. Because if anybody would have known,
Yeah.
there wouldn't have been a problem.
First of all, they'd have been pissed at you.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? For not saying nothing. Because I know
Exactly.
if
Yeah,
I would have
that too.
known, I'd have been pissed at you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Probably hearing that story, you probably pissed a little bit. But yeah, I don't even remember what it was. This is back. I don't even remember what it was. I was living in Deptford. Not Deptford, Westville area. So this is like at least 6 years ago. 6-7 years ago. But it was back then, and like I said, but it was growing pains. Never happened ever again.
Yeah.
It was like I mismanaged money, and that's why I was just like, it was something stupid. I think I got scammed.
Wow.
I got scammed out of I think almost an entire check's worth of money.
I ain't gonna say I love the mud, but I love having gone through it. I love because I can't imagine if I had a silver spoon up to this point. You know what I mean? It never experienced struggle. I don't even think I'd be the same kind of person.
Nobody. I don't think anybody in this room would have been.
I don't
Nobody
think I'd
would
be the
have
same kind of person if I never experienced struggle.
Those
Yeah, it
wounds
makes
and them
us who we are.
scars. Them scars, yeah. Scars definitely make you who we are.
Makes us who we are.
Oh yeah.
You need a couple of them because every one of them scars is a lesson. You got it from something.
No growth without struggle.
None.
Exactly.
No struggle without growth.
You can't build muscle without resistance.
At all.
Absolute.
You have to have resistance.
Got to tear that muscle down and build it back up.
And every day you gotta check the balance.
Gotta check the balance,
Gotta
man.
check the balance.
Yep.
You know? But yeah, man.
Work hard, you play hard. It's got to be a balance somewhere. You know?
Like that.
And I'm starting to see, as the years progress, people are bringing up Men's Mental Health Month more and more, and making it a little bit more conscious, like around the globe, like just people talking in general. I was talking to somebody at the job a little bit ago, how before, like nobody would even mention about how the men was feeling, and having Father's Day having passed us a couple weeks ago, and having everybody, like we're here every Sunday, like this is our form. This is my form of therapy.
Absolutely,
I know,
my form of therapy.
Because we bust it up all the time without the cameras on. We don't need the cameras on. This is like the cameras is bringing them into the world that we already been in for the last 20 years.
30,
so you know what I mean?
40.
Exactly. So like we're just doing what we're doing. But like I like the way the way it's going, in the sense of how people are viewing men's mental health, and people going talking to therapists, and
Yeah,
just
man,
being
that's
open.
me, man. I've been going to therapy, so I meant to say that too. I forgot to say that.
You
in
told
my,
you before.
You
what
did.
I did.
Yeah,
in
you
the
said
thing.
it.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
you mentioned, yeah.
Okay.
Shout out to Chop for going to
okay.
therapy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because
Because that's a lot of things people don't do, man.
you know what I mean, and it helps a lot because my attitude sucks, bro. Attitude is.
At least you honest about it,
Pathetic,
though.
bro.
You there? You at the starting line? Admit it, though. You admitted it.
Yo, bro, what?
That's the starting
I
line.
could admit my flaws. I always could.
Yeah.
I'm an open book, baby. We can have therapy now, but not
and
real talk.
that's
This
why we
is
doing this,
therapy.
because
I mean, nah, but you know what I'm saying,
too.
Real life
But
therapy.
but the
I
real,
look
you know,
forward to
going
this
to the,
shit.
you know, going to the quote unquote, you know, to
Right,
the,
right. No, I
but
know what you
yeah,
mean.
man, it's just it feel good to, like you said, better double back on your joint. The people get to really bring it to the forefront, and people just talk about it more, because ain't nothing wrong with like speaking about what's going on, because you gotta vent to somebody.
Right.
And when you know that, sometimes it'll take a while to get it and understand it, but it's true. You have to talk to somebody. That's like, look, if a female or male or whoever, if you going out and you want to share your location with your homegirl, if you about to go out and go whatever, you gonna tell your homegirl,
Just
like,
to be
look,
safe.
yeah, whatever. Or if I'm about to go out or whatever, I'm be like, yo, bro, I'm about to go run the Philly right quick. Woo, woo, woo. Like, you got to tell somebody, bro. So, you know, just in case, you know what I'm saying? So, like insurance for your car, you paying it every month, just in case you have an accident.
Yes.
It's good to have. You're not gonna have an accident every month, but, well, God forbid, but you know, you got to pay for it just to have, just in case. So,
And the people that
you gotta
don't
talk, bro. You gotta
have
talk.
that, I think that's where it becomes a real bad issue, especially on your mental health.
Yeah.
Is when you don't have somebody to at least talk
got-
to.
you got- yeah,
Even
yeah,
if
yeah.
they can't fix what is going on, just to be able to talk to them and tell them what's going on,
facts.
just so you can see how they feel about it. Because everybody's
Yeah.
gonna, like, I think initially naturally put themselves in your position. So they're gonna be like, damn, man, that's messed up. Or I would do this if I were you. And they might have a different spin on the situation that you don't see, because you're on your situation on the inside looking out instead of the outside looking in.
And I think just knowing
yeah.
you're getting unbiased opinion
Yep.
helps you relax.
And that's good, and that's mostly what it's about,
talk. 'Cause you
unbiased
could-
opinion.
you could-
Because
you
I
know
could
what I'm
talk to
saying?
you, and
Right.
or you could talk to me. Not saying I'm your yes man or you my yes man, but you're gonna kind of,
Absolutely.
you know, you're gonna be with me right or wrong, because I'm your
I'ma
man.
be
So-
conscious of
conscious
your
of it,
feelings.
right? So you're not gonna really, not in all cases, but for the most part, sometimes you're not gonna give it to me straight. So you, like you saying, you want somebody who don't know you from nothing.
Yeah.
Don't have no real judgment on you. I mean, if they do, they do. But you don't. It's no,
Absolutely.
we don't have no ties.
Yeah.
I could really be like, yo, well, open up a little bit more and get
Right.
your honest opinion, and then I might value your feedback more because I don't know you.
And that
Yeah.
degree,
And if you say something, your response was something that Corn might have said, or Tay might have said, or what you might have said, now I could double back and give you more respect. Be like, damn, you did say,
Right.
I shouldn't
right.
have did. Woo, woo.
And depending on if you have
Yeah.
a good therapist or not. The one I went, the therapist I was seeing, bro. She kind of she would just ask me questions about my life and about things that happened in my past, and I would tell her things, and she would be like, have you ever talked to anybody about that? And I'd be like, nah. And she shined light on things that happened in my past to me that were just normal, and made me realize that they were traumatizing. Like, I've been through some things, you know what I'm saying?
I ain't laughing at now, bro.
No.
I ain't laughing at you, bro. But
I know
it's
what you
funny
mean.
because it's like, yeah, I know what you saying, bro.
It's real.
It's real, bro.
It's real.
Definitely
And I just
real.
think it's everyday normal.
Yeah, for
But
real.
there's things
You
that
do.
would knock some people to their
No,
knees.
yeah, bro.
You know what I
that's
mean?
not
And you just
normal to go
considered it
through,
the
and
norm.
just
And it'll make you,
keep
yeah,
walking.
it'll make you,
And
yeah.
just
That's
kept
why I said,
pushing.
bro, my attitude. I back to what Corn was just saying. Like when I double back to like, you know, before in my past, like it shaped me. You know what I mean? When I was younger,
This shit made me want to go and try to
Bitch,
talk
give
to a
me a
therapist for the
attitude. I
first
got
time.
it. Yeah,
I ain't gonna
bro.
lie. I'm saying, look, I'm like,
I said I would never do it, bro, but once I did, I was so glad I did.
Yeah, I'm glad I
ain't
did.
gonna lie. I'm
Yeah,
so
for
glad I
sure,
did it.
man.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
man.
I like my therapist and shit. She cool. It's a little, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, I just respect everybody who even do that, go to therapy, or even speak about it, or even
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
you gotta
Just
revisit
don't
that
hold
shit
it
all
in.
over again. Like,
Just
do
don't
that.
hold it in.
That's it, bro. Because it ain't nothing. It's like shit. You got to, man. Talk
And
about
even
Gotta let it
sometimes,
out.
sometimes just saying it ain't enough. That one of the other things I love most about my therapist was after we would talk about something and she would diagnose it as a trauma, then she would give me coping tools. Tell me, well,
Okay.
next time you feel this way, maybe you should try this. And she would different techniques and even stuff as simple as breathing techniques and just, bro, it was just crazy the way it just changed my outlook on things.
Word, bro, for sure,
That's
man.
what's
Outlook
up.
on things.
That's just dope. Just dope
Yeah,
hearing.
give it up, man, for the
Absolutely.
Definitely.
men's mental health month.
Absolutely.
Yes,
You know what I'm
yes.
saying?
Yes,
sir.
Men's mental health
Big
month.
respect, man. You
I was
know
just
what
seeing
mean?
a couple of the memes of the people that I guess had passed away. You know, people people that jumped off of bridges or the different celebrities that had, I guess, taken their life and all that stuff. And it's like I'm starting to see, I guess, more of that now than, like I said before, than what I was seeing a couple, like 5 years ago. I didn't see it as much as I'm seeing right now. So at least people are starting to become more conscious of it. Like I remember Robin Williams, who
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
me,
Yeah.
being the comedian that he was, I couldn't imagine him not being like a happy-go-lucky person. Couldn't imagine it.
Some people are good at masking, man.
I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
man.
Yeah,
Really
bro.
good
And
at
when you look,
masking.
Absolutely.
I start looking
Men-
at his, I
men,
look at
bro.
all his interviews now, and I'm seeing like, yo, I see it now. Broke my heart with it was a couple of them, and like one he was talking, I forget who he was talking to, and he was obviously upset about some stuff, and he was talking about life, like in general. And I was just like, and I'm looking at his face, I'm like, yo, he has a different look about him than when I seen him in this one, when he was like doing
Right.
the imitations and being that comedian. And I
Yeah.
was just like, damn, that mental illness, that's a real fucking thing.
Yeah,
man.
that was sad.
I'm like,
real
yo,
deal.
because there's some people that it was just weird. It's like
Yeah,
things
bro.
happen to everybody, but when it happens to certain people, it's off. Like what?
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a couple more, man. But I can't think of them right at the moment. But
Yeah.
it was just like, I mean,
It just
hear
go to
those
show
stories.
you. It just go to show you that it's a thing. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's a real
that's
thing
all.
out here.
It's
That's a
definitely
thing,
real.
bro. You
and
know
people
what I mean?
don't
Definitely
There
real.
wasn't speaking on it a lot.
For men and women, you know what I'm saying? Not only
Yeah.
men too, you know what I'm saying? Women deal with it, men, women,
Yep.
you know what I mean? We human, bro. We not
Absolutely.
robots, you know what I mean? Even though we, you know, the phone, the devices and all that, but
They'll
far
try
as,
to work you like a robot, but we
people,
not robots.
Yeah, bro, like we not
Uh-huh.
robots, bro. We
Yeah,
human,
that's
so
for
we
sure.
gonna have feelings and emotions. It's just
Yeah.
women deal with F&Es different than men deal
Absolutely.
with feelings and emotions. So
Yeah.
we just got to learn how to, some mask it differently, some mask it, you know what I mean?
Definitely gotta balance it out.
You know what I mean? But balance, that's what it's all about.
And we're not
bro.
supposed to do everything that each other's supposed to do, and that's why I think
Right.
that there's a balance. That's why there's a beauty of a woman and a man, you know, together, because we're not supposed to be doing the same thing. That's why we work so well together.
Right.
Because one accents the other. When one person, you know, falls back, the other person can lead, and vice versa.
Imagine
Yeah.
imagine a basketball team with nothing but centers on it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Everybody has a position to play.
Will not work.
You know what I mean?
Well, it won't work well.
Yeah, it won't work well. Exactly. It'll be dysfunctional.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess so. But the way they playing now, they shooting threes, so they
Yeah,
just
the
like
centers-
point
yeah,
The
guards.
centers is shooting.
Centers going
They
9 for
shooting a whole lot.
27 from
Yeah.
the 3-point line.
You know what I'm saying?
A lot of threes.
But nah, but I definitely get what you're saying, cause bro, it's just you need that balance, man.
You
So
gotta have everybody need to play their position.
gotta have it, bro. Gotta have it, man. You know what I mean?
But yeah, when's that fishing trip you was talking about? I've been thinking about it ever since last week. I was like, well, I get out there water.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Just need a couple more
We
weeks.
got to put it together, man. Yeah,
for
we
the
going
fish
to put
to
it
really
together.
get going good out there.
All right, a little
we
bit.
wanted to be a good
I'm
trip,
out
so
there, catch
Right,
something.
right.
I'm all right with the wait.
We
I
wanna
like
go
the
when it's right.
anticipation. Before I was so bad with waiting for dates and stuff to come up. Now I'm sitting here like I savor it. It's just like I know it's coming.
I can't
nice.
wait. I can't wait for us all to get
better
out
with it
there
now.
together.
What?
That's gonna be dope, bro. To be able to pull a podcast off like that,
Yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
that would be, man. That's just gonna,
While we
just to be able to
fishing.
do it, man.
It's gonna be dope.
I almost don't
And
care
the
who
boat
view
is
it.
the right setup for it too.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah.
way we could
We'll
just
be
put
able
it
to
together like
fish,
that. Get the
pod.
hang of
Yeah.
You know what I
exactly.
mean?
Definitely gonna be one to remember.
Carbon
One
out
for the
there.
books.
Having going out there and experiencing it, and just like you said, like it was my first time meeting, the captain and the mate on the boat, and I got to see how laid back it is. The whole while we left dock, we just chilling. We inside,
Chilling.
It's couches in there. You know what I mean? It's like
TV.
indoors. You can go downstairs, just like it's like a full kitchen in there. It's a bathroom.
Two bedrooms.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Telling you what,
bathrooms.
Bro, it's a
it
nice-
sound like me.
Shit is nice. But then it's like, I thought we had to go out there and cast the rods and all that. We were sitting inside chilling. And then they'd be like, oh, we got one.
Yeah, this fishing is gonna be different.
Oh, it's gonna be different.
Yeah, we'll be dropping down.
See, that'll be a new
Okay.
experience for me.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun,
No
man.
experience for
Let's
me.
get it going then.
Yeah,
You
it's
said nothing but a word. You feel me? It's like
I can't
gotta get
wait,
these
man.
skills up.
I want some more
Be
of that
little,
fish. Some of that.
The black
Yo,
Rambo out here. Blambo.
I fried that fish up. That shit was delicious.
Wasn't it good, bro?
It was
Ain't nothing like
delicious.
some fresh
Ain't no fresher
fish
than that.
fired up. Man,
I
come
was
on.
making the fish right.
I don't do fish all that crazy, but like, if it's fried up the right way, I will eat it. But
And the
I
kids
eat
were
a lot
there.
more now than I ever did.
I told the kids, I said, look, as I was frying it, I said, just think about this. This fish was in the ocean not even 24 hours ago.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't get no fresher than
Not
that.
even 12 hours.
Shit in that.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't. And it's a whole different taste, man.
Yeah.
When it's fresh like that?
Oh,
When it's fresh,
yeah.
yes. Yeah.
For sure. For sure.
When it's fresh.
So how long you think the fish to be inside of the shop right and shit? How long you think it'd be sitting before somebody actually went and grabbed it?
Ain't no telling.
Longer than 12 hours.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
12 hours.
Yeah,
If you had to
for
put a
sure.
number on, like from where it's coming, it's like just no telling.
Well, it was probably frozen for a while.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So yeah,
So it could be weeks before it gets to the grocery store.
Ooh.
Could be.
And
don't know.
I think
Can you imagine?
I'm not 100% sure, but I think the closer it gets to being expired, frozen, is when they thaw it out and
Oh wow!
sell
So
it
the
that
freshest
way, too.
fish is in the back.
I think so. I'm
You
not.
know what I mean?
They probably not all places, but
Yeah.
some of
Okay.
them do it like that.
Probably the big places do it like that.
Yeah.
There's probably a reason for it.
I seen
Money.
I seen what they was doing to the salmon.
What you mean?
Oh yeah.
They was
The farm
making,
salmon.
Yeah, the farm Jones.
Yeah.
They was making it putting the color, making it more pink.
Yeah. They,
Oh, really?
they put dye in it.
Making
Yeah.
it was just
Give it that color.
If it's not fresh, like if it's not wild salmon, if it's farm salmon, it doesn't have that deep, rich orange to it.
Okay.
So they shoot it with dye.
wow.
Or they put dye in the food.
Nah.
You know what I mean?
What?
Even eggs too. That when they mass produce eggs, if you crack an egg from somebody's yard chicken, and that yolk is like a deep orange. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And it's all from being outside, foraging, eating real food, and eating bugs. But when you mass produce them and they're stuck in them little cubicles and they don't get sunlight, they get steroids and
why
that
they
yolk is like a
they're
light
like a
yellow.
yellow.
So
Yeah.
even with that, they put dye in the food that makes the yolk back dark.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Hell out of here, bro.
So they try to fool you into making you think.
Bro, so what am I supposed? If you don't want to eat the bullshit, where do you
gotta
go?
You gotta buy
You
organic.
gotta or grow it yourself.
Grow it yourself. But if you
You
want
gonna
to
have
buy
to do
it,
a mixture of both.
it's gonna have to be organic.
it's gonna cost you.
It's gonna cost you.
Definitely gonna cost.
It's gonna cost you.
That's why you could go to McDonald's, Wendy's, everywhere and get a $1 menu or 3 for $3, 4 for $4. But if you want to get a little salad, it's gonna cost you $8.
Yeah.
But you
Yeah,
could, but
exactly.
you could get a
Because it's
burger,
real,
2
and it
burgers
costs more.
with 2 fries and all that for 4 for 4 or
Yeah.
whatever, 2 for 2, whatever for cheap. But the healthy stuff you gonna pay for, bro.
More
That's the
expensive.
criminal shit right there for
That's
me.
a fact.
Because no matter where I go, no matter where I go, I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't. I'm either paying more for the healthy stuff, which I'm not gonna be able to maintain, or then I'm gonna be paying less for the shit that's gonna kill me faster. But it's so cheap, it's gonna be part of my diet no matter what. Even if man.
Bro, they make us think that, bro, because look, since I stopped eating like carbon out and I eat like vegetables and meat, bro, I can go, you can hand me a $10 bill, bro. I'll take that $10 bill. I can go, I can spend $4 and some change and get a family pack of chicken. I could get I probably spend $4 and change on a family pack of chicken, and like in the other $5 I'll buy like a bag of Brussels sprouts, right? I'll cook that and eat for 3 days off $10.
Yeah.
How?
Because I baked the whole family pack of chicken.
Yep.
It's a family pack.
And meal prep.
It's 12 chicken legs in there.
Okay.
And I make the whole pack of Brussels sprouts. It's for a family. So as a matter of fact, that's what I'm eating right now. And I made it yesterday. I ate yesterday, I ate today, and I'm eat tomorrow off of $10. And I'm gonna be full and healthy because it's just meat and vegetables.
But
no carbs, no sugar.
The chicken for me, chicken I think also is too much inside of our diet as well. I think the less meat altogether. Now that stretches out. So I mean,
see, that depends because our body,
like chicken, any meat is second rate energy. It's like
no, you're 100% wrong, bro. 100% wrong.
I mean, they have to eat it and then it's stored in the muscles and then we eat that. It can be used, but it is second. It's second rate.
It's not. Carb is second. Your body will burn carbs first, but our bodies are meant to burn fat, not carbs. That's why when you eat carbs, you get fat. You know what I'm saying? If you eat too many of them, you know what I'm saying? Because your body can't get to burning the fat. It's supposed to burn the fat. It's meant to burn fat. So that's why really even meat, if you buy meat like me right now, okay, I can't speak for you. I'm gonna speak for me.
Okay.
Right now, I'm only eating meats and vegetables, right? So if I go to the grocery store and I buy a lean cut of meat and I eat my meal off of that, I'll be hungry faster than if I eat fatty meat because my body burns fat for energy because I don't eat carbs. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And that's how we're meant to be. Okay, think about this. If you were in the jungle, 300 years ago, where would you get carbs from?
Yeah, right.
Where? You would eat meat and vegetables. You would kill an animal or you would eat a plant. There was no carbs.
Absolutely.
We made carbs. We just been conditioned to look at it the wrong way.
So carbohydrates includes what foods?
Bread,
exactly.
pasta,
Starches, right?
Starches. You know what I'm saying?
Potatoes.
Potatoes,
Rice.
rice,
Pasta noodles.
and see, like I eat potatoes. I eat potatoes, but
rolls.
see, that's the bad thing. It's the processed stuff.
You be loving them
It's the bread, the bread, the cake, the sugar.
Okay.
You know what I mean? The only carbs we used to get were natural carbs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now we eat, bro. Sugar is poison. We'll eat.
Oh,
we eat candy. We'll buy a bag of candy, and then you're basically just putting sugar in your mouth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Most diseases is some form of sugar problem.
Yes, that's where it
Your
starts at.
eyes, your blood.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sugar does nasty stuff to the
Diabetes,
Yeah.
which then promotes cardiac diseases. Yeah, it's just all tied together, man. It's all tied together, but
Just
that's
being
why.
conscious of what you're eating at all times, I guess is what it boils down to. Because for me, I just looking at as much research as I have looked at about nutrition over the years, I just see all of the animals that we eat get most of what made them big off of vegetation. Most of the animals we eat don't eat other meat to get their sustenance, but they're also that big. Now, it's probably because of their biology and how they made it live. But as well as there's gorillas that are huge that don't really eat meat. There's no way they're going to be able to sustain themselves. I know we don't have the same biology as them, but you should be able to get as much or close to what you need in protein and fiber from vegetation as you do from meat.
See,
not
you're
saying
right.
not mean you can't. No, we're not
you're
meant
right,
to
though.
because we can eat meat. I'm not saying we can't, but
No,
I
you're
think
right.
we eat too much of it. Like
When
if
I
it
was
was
saying-
like
Right.
80-20,
It's
I
your
think we'd be
intake,
cool.
man. It's all about your
Yeah,
intake.
can
I
eat-
think it's just
see,
too much of it.
Vegetables are good. You can be a vegetarian, and like you said, you can be as big as an ape and strong. I'm just talking about the processed food. I'm talking about the bread and all that shit.
Absolutely. I'm
talking about the processed
That process
food.
has to go all together.
You can live off of vegetables. You know what I mean?
How do we get rid of processed food knowing that there's not enough food in America to sustain everybody if it wasn't faked?
I can't get rid of it. I can just know what I put in my body.
Right. You only
Can't get
can
rid of it.
control what you do.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Look, bro.
And the masses is going to buy it.
Yes, exactly.
Regardless.
So it's not, yeah.
Man, think about this though. You know how they say when you go to a doctor for the first time and you fill out that form and you got to put, list your, has anybody in your family ever had this, and this? And you talk about family history and diseases in a family. Most of that's based on because that family has eaten the same diet. Those kids were raised by those parents and they had to cook the same thing as the grandparents.
I
you know what I'm saying?
100% agree with you.
So that's where the diseases in the family come from.